City get us underway then. They're in their change colours this afternoon, the all black, kicking from left to right in this opening half. Just gone 4:45 UK time locally on Merseyside, and there's already an early offside. Louise Quinn, former Republic of Ireland international, is alongside me. I think it's probably important for Liverpool to just get through the first 10 minutes or so, isn't it?
Absolutely, and again, it's, Taylor wants them to play in a certain way, and that is possession-based, playing out from the back. But I think it's then what can they do with it? They also need to use the space that they have. City will, have that little bit of a higher line. Can they use, Enderby's pace up top, and just get themselves forward, bypass the pressure at times if they can, and just play what they're given.
Rose, Greenwood. Touch back there from Fugino. I expect probably Manchester City to have the lion's share of possession in the early exchanges. Here's Kasperai, the Dutch international. Liverpool with, as Louis said, Maya Enderby up front as the focal point of their attack. Here's the focal point of the City attack, Bunny Shaw, the Jamaican international. Gets past two with relative ease. Greenwood. Three in the middle, hoping to get on the end of this one. And the shot in the end is well wide. No trouble at all for Rafaela Borgraf in the Liverpool goal.
Yeah, just started with a ball over the top, and Greenwood composed as well, playing it into Fugino. We've seen Brown hit them from there, but just early days. Man City showing what they like to do right from kick-off.
So that early effort from Laura Blinkilde-Brown. Kasperai to get away from Capox. Liverpool's only goal this season came against Everton in their opening WSL fixture of the season. It came early on as well. They haven't scored in their last 3 WSL games. That 4-1 defeat at home to Everton, followed by a 1-0 loss away at Leicester. Then 2-0 at home to Manchester United, and then 1-0 away at the London City Lionesses last time out. Burnett. Kasperai, able to keep that ball alive. Kasperai wins it back. Liverpool throw. No way through there for Kerry Holland.
Yeah, such a big part of Kasperai's game. She loves to get, overlaps high up the pitch. Again, if, Liverpool maybe lose possession, she's there again. She's there to defend, she's there to attack. She's definitely been one of City's standout, players this season for sure.
Gemma Evans will take the throw. There she is again. Forward by Hobinger. Capox. Needs support, finds it from Evans. Clark. Bonner. Grace Fisk on that far side. Enderby. Just for a moment there. Looked like she might be able to get away, but Alex Greenwood had other ideas.
Yeah, Alex Greenwood, all the experience in the world, but again, it's a little bit loose in moments. If Enderby can just get that break, get that little bit of, that touch or look that she needs to get her through on goal. For her, she'll be looking to get her first league goal for Liverpool since she's joined.
Yeah, 35 WSL appearances without a goal for Maya Enderby. Infield from Capox. Hobinger. Nagano. Clark. Here's Evans. Clark. Liverpool, who finished 7th in the WSL last season, but coming into this match next to bottom in the league standings, only West Ham below them because they have a worse goal difference. West Ham, Liverpool's is -7. Shaw looking to get on the end of that. The goalkeeper spilled it, Borgraf. Played forward by Kilda Brow. Kasparai. Bernay. Looking to take on Evans. Oh, terrific challenge. Miedema. Here's Greenwood. Greenwood again. Well, that was almost a calamitous error by the Liverpool goalkeeper.
Yeah, almost again. You can see that Liverpool are, keeping quite a high line, and Greenwood is just, playing it into that space for Shaw to run into. But yeah, almost a terrible error there by the keeper. But Bonner, again, using all of her experience, cleaning up, keeping possession. But again, it's waves of pressure now from Man City.
Towards Shaw, this time thumped away by the German goalkeeper, Borgraf, who joined in the summer from Freiburg.
You can even see Greenwood, just her, her passing range going forward. She's has a wand of a left foot, and even, that's long balls forward, set pieces.
Kasparai. Low ball into the middle, cleared away. Liverpool under early pressure here. Not even sure that Aika Yamashita in the Manchester City ball has actually touched the Manchester City goal, rather, has actually touched the ball as yet. Miedema. Red shirts were back then, and as you can see, nobody forward in the red of Liverpool.
No, I think it's listen, I can understand why it's important for Liverpool, especially early on in the game, to keep that clean sheet, but you can see here it's a very, very high line. It's leaving a lot of space for Bunny Shaw to run into, for Bene to run into.
Long ball over the top, chase on that far side for Oahabi. Successfully shepherded out by Holland. Must be a bit strange, having been in charge of Manchester City for almost 5 years, to be up against them.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk that it is another game, but listen, it absolutely...
For him, it's not.
Exactly, but listen, these are his words, but there has to be some fire in the belly going into this game for him.
Kasparai. Rose. Greenwood. Hasegawa. Half away by Nagano. Miedema. Just over from Vivian Miedema. It got a touch through on the way, and it will be a corner.
Yeah, brilliant again. They're just trying to play little balls over the top. Nagano not getting it cleared. Hasegawa picking it up to Miedema, who's just so brilliant on that half turn. It's so quick, and she gets her shot off just as quick. Just a little bit too central, and a good touch over by the keeper.
First corner then of the afternoon. Greenwood to take. Bit of bumping and barging in the 6-yard area. Trujillo, one of the shorter players on the pitch involved. Greenwood's delivery. Always going over from Shaw.
Again, just, great deliveries from Greenwood. And listen, Shaw is always going to be her target, and it's not bad. You're starting in at the keeper, causing a bit of chaos, but and then just that pull away, it creates her space, but just a little bit too high, well over the bar from Shaw.
Greenwood's header. Bernay on the chase, able to take it away from Evans. And again. Couldn't quite put that ball into Hasegawa. Miedema. Hasegawa did well to extricate herself then from a potentially very awkward scenario. Liverpool back in numbers. It's about 7 or 8 in the penalty area there, and weight of numbers is telling at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's trying to, again, a little bit of their downfall so far this season, but the way Gareth Taylor wants them to play, it's, create little triangles. Where can we get ourselves out of dangerous situations?
Kasparai went for the near post, spotting that Borgraf was just across to the right-hand side of her goal.
Listen, I think she meant that. She's full of confidence this season. Full of smiles. She doesn't take things, too seriously outside of the pitch. But in terms of when she's on it, she's been so clinical this season. 2 goals, 2 assists. And she thought, why not?
Greenwood takes it away from Enderby. Hasegawa. Slightly awkward ball back. Bonner. Here's Jenna Clark, the Scottish international. Bonner. 3 years at Manchester City for Gemma Bonner. There's a foul by Greenwood on Holland.
Yeah, just playing, a smart little ball just in between the lines. This is important for them. They need to, what can they get further up the pitch? Can they get throw-ins? Can they get free kicks? That can start evolving into set pieces.
Never nice when you're injured players, as we saw just then, having to watch on.
Hopefully not long-term injuries for such key players for City.
Miedema couldn't quite gather that ball. Here's Nagano. Forward by Fisk. Just nobody there for Liverpool. With Manchester City having so much of the ball, Louise, I just wonder whether the key word for the visitors this afternoon might be patience.
Yeah, absolutely, but there are definitely some gaps there.
And here might be a gap, Mia Enderby. And between them, the 2 defenders are able to prevent any further progress forward. It was Blinkilde Brown with the initial interception, but just for a moment it was a bit of panic stations at the back for Manchester City.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky ball inside. Central maybe needed a little bit more pace and a different angle for Brown so she could pass it off. And again, you've heard Gareth Taylor, he wants this Liverpool team to be one of the best pressing teams in Europe.
Hasegawa, half away by Capox. Here she is again. Oh, she's lost it. Miedema, blocked by the goalkeeper's boot, and away to safety.
What a great chance for Miedema there. Clark just fluffed her lines.
Hasegawa took it down wonderfully. Shaw sent a little bit too wide. Miedema, well, you wouldn't expect that from her.
No, it's 2 in a row, and she did well to get her first shot off. It was a tight angle, good save by Barclays, but again, it just, you know, it's a nice little dink ball back into the, you know, in around the penalty spot for Miedema.
Sure. And the flag is eventually raised against the Jamaican international.
Again, just waves and waves of pressure at the moment, you know, for this Liverpool side. Again, Miedema so creative, just keeps applying the pressure. Swing and a miss from Clark. Again, great save. It's now what can Liverpool do to, you know, steady the ship a little bit. You know, I think they're in nice defensive positions at the moment for me. But again, it's just being clinical on the ball, trying not to overplay it.
Liverpool were a touch fortunate there that the clearance away from Barclays didn't fall straight to Hasegawa, who was just a couple of paces away from making what could have been a telling connection there. Here's Rose, the Canadian international. Obega. Evans. Clark. Well, to nobody in particular. Greenwood. Rose missed the last World Cup because of injury. Evans. Clark. Nagano. Fisk looking for the return, and now does get possession over on that far side, faced by Fujino.
Again, it's Nagano. She wants to be the one on the ball. She's brilliant at dropping in between lines, supporting either the centre backs or, you know, coming underneath one of the midfielders. But it's a lot of pressure in terms of the space that she, you know, she doesn't have in terms of City and closing quickly.
Enderby. Cross came Greenwood. Rose. Some positive signs though for Liverpool.
Yeah, there are definitely moments you could see it last week in the, you know, the Arsenal game for City. They were, you know, at times their own downfall in terms of giving away possession very cheaply. You know, they have gotten away with it a couple of times so far in this first half.
Well, let's face it, both these teams are under recently appointed coaches. Picked up by Shaw. Bunny Shaw looking for support. Miedema made the run. Clark stood tall. Away come Liverpool. Hobenga. Enderby just to her left. There was a terrific run made on the far side. Instead it's Capox. Capox with the low ball in, taken by Yamashita.
Again, we've got another loose ball picked up. Hobinger driving with it, you know, out to Capox, and again, it's just trying to get that support. They've got 3, almost 4 players in the box. It just needs that whip, you know, a little bit more pace, a little bit more power. But again, not a bad chance for Liverpool now.
Certainly Liverpool have come back more into this match after having to absorb plenty of pressure in the opening exchanges. Miedema. Shaw making the run ahead of her. It's Bunny Shaw. Shot was straight at the goalkeeper from Kasparai, and she knows that was a great opportunity for City to take the lead.
Again, lovely ball in between the lines. Miedema doing what she does best. Bunny Shaw running into that space. Fantastic tackle from from Bonner there, and Kasparov, as we said, she loves to join the play from that right-hand side. You know, her entries into the box are incredible for a right back. And again, just, you know, straight at the goalkeeper.
It's twice in as many minutes that Gemma Bonner has been coming to the rescue for Liverpool. Capox. Tried the little back heel there, but Kasparov alive to that. Nagano. Hobinger. For Nagano. Evans. Only Enderby in the penalty area at the moment for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think they're just happy just to, you know, get touches, but again, it's just getting a little bit sloppy once they're entering the, you know, the final third. Just trying to be clinical, because again, it's now all the way back into position, you know, ready for what most likely is going to be another Man City attack.
Well, this is the 8th time that Liverpool have played a WSL match at Anfield. They've lost 6 of their previous 7. The exception was a 3-1 win against Manchester United back in March of this year. Kasparov. Lovely curling ball. Hasegawa. Shaw's in the middle. Hasegawa can't progress any further because of a terrific challenge there from Hobinger, but at considerable personal expense.
Yeah, again, it's just that ball over the top, and Liverpool are very disjointed. Jenna Clark out of position, Hobinger, you know, covering there, doing her defensive duties, but again, just picked up a little knock here. You know, nothing malicious at all, just didn't come out on the right end of it.
Well, this is a concern then for Liverpool and for Gareth Taylor. Chance for the 2 sets of players to come across to this near side for impromptu team talks as treatment continues for Mary Hobinger. Louise Quinn, what have you made of the... Well, we are halfway through the first half now. What have you made of the first 22.5 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's as you said, City need to, you know, be patient, keep their composure going forward. They've had plenty of chances, plenty of entries, you know, into the box. Borgraf with the couple of saves so far. You know, they'll only maybe be slightly disappointed they haven't put any of them away. And again, Liverpool, they have grown into the game just a little bit, especially just on transition. But it's just about being clinical in this final third, either, you know, finishing the attack, you know, where do they want to keep possession again, because once they get up there, they're really slowing the game down, which can work in your benefit. But as you can see, it's, you know, City are definitely going for a little bit more, still, you know, very much middle of the pitch. But again, I just think towards this, you know, Liverpool have grown into it and have started putting a little bit of pressure on City, who again are sometimes, you know, known for just overplaying a little bit too much.
Doesn't look good, does it, for Mary Hobinger, the Austrian international, who joined a couple of years ago from FC Zurich, and indeed preparations are being made down on the technical area for a change for Liverpool. Kirsty McLean, the Scottish international, is getting ready to come on, and the longer this goes on, the more you would think that that substitution is in fact going to take place. There is McLean.
Yeah, Hobinger, she's not looking, you know, happy or comfortable at all in this moment. I think, you know, very reluctant to come off, but I'm sure she's been given the right guidance by the physios. And yeah, listen, this is going to be a big blow for Liverpool. She's, you know, she really is one of their far more creative players in this team. And with already one knee strapped, it's not, you know, it looks like it's her left knee, I think, this time.
Doesn't look good, does it, for Mary Hobinger? but wish her the best.
Yeah, there was really nothing, in that tackle, and she'd covered back so well. Great interception and Hasegawa, but she's, seems like it's not a great one.
Kirsty McLean then comes on. 20 years of age, Scottish international. Joined in the summer after leaving Rangers. Greenwood. Something different from the corner this time from City. Owahabi. Towards Shaw. Fisk will pick up. More height than distance on that clearance. They're back by Brown. Hasegawa. Laura Blinkilde-Brown. Hasegawa. Kerr. Again to be dispossessed.
Yeah, she's, it's important there. She is really the only lone striker, and again, it's difficult when you're, retreating all the way back to do your defensive duties, but this is, how this Liverpool team want to develop, and I think, they are right. They need to start keeping, clean sheets and give them a chance. Give them a chance in these games.
Rose. Getting reports from down in the technical area that, unfortunately, Ellie Hobinger is looking rather distressed as a result of that injury. Let's hope it's not too serious.
No, there really wasn't much in it, but sometimes, they're
sometimes the most innocuous of challenges can be the worst, though, can't they?
Absolutely, because, it was just it can just be a slight wrong twist or tweak. But yeah, we wish her all the best, and hopefully it's not as bad as it seems.
Here's Greenwood. Rose. Again towards Shaw. Header from Bonner. City will pick up once more. No way through though for Miedema. All the way back to Yamashita, who, apart from having to save from a cross on this near side, the Liverpool left, hasn't had a great deal to do, the Manchester City goalkeeper so far. Hasegawa. Manchester City's player of the season last season, the Japanese international, Yui Hasegawa. Miedema. Rose.
You can see there as well just how, I think flexible Gareth Taylor wants his team to be. There's Fisk, going all the way back into, her forward line, the Man City back line, to close Miedema down, who loves to do that. She loves to drop in, she loves to find little pockets of space wherever she can. But again, it's, about making sure then, is there the cover behind? Has she got, the license to go up there?
Hasegawa. Greenwood. Ball over the top, dealt with. That's a free kick. Foul by Evans.
Yeah, I think she had to do that. It was a little bit of a, not much pace on that back pass to her there, which again is, when Liverpool are coming centrally, and they're turning back looking for a pass, and it's, it's going backwards, I think, too much of the time, which is just applying pressure to that back line, and, you know, Gemma Evans had to do what she had to do there, or City were away.
That Greenwood will take. Bunny Shaw, the obvious target for this free kick. Deep towards Shaw. Away though by Fisk. Miedema. Wahabi gives away the free kick, and there's a little bit of afters there. Kerry Holland not exactly impressed with her opponent's approach to play.
It's Wahabi in possession, and Holland does brilliantly just to get her body in between. You know, and she's spot on. She's got a proper, you know, grip of that shirt there. But I think, you know, in moments Wahabi has seen that this is where Liverpool's bit of, you know, danger is on the break. And again, she's just talking for the team there, but you know, they're playing beside each other all game, so let's see how this keeps developing.
Enderby tried the little backwards header. Turn from Kerr. Clark. Evans. Options left and right here. Capox on this near side. Here he is. She is Cornelia Capox. Clark. Fisk, pursued by Fugino. Kerr. A little bit more pace about Liverpool's play in that passage of play. Shaw on the chase. Bonner able to tidy up at the back. Liverpool just seem to have upped it a little bit, Louise.
Yeah, I think so. Again, it's even just, you know, Bonner, she's covering brilliantly, and it's about then who picks up the second ball, and at the moment it is starting to become a Liverpool player. They're getting a little bit more in tune with each other.
Shaw. Back to Borgraf. Clark. Kerr left it. Holland. Fisk. And one thing Liverpool are doing is getting the home crowd a little bit more vocal. They've been rather quiet. Evans. It was blocked there by Kasparai. And straight out of play.
Yeah, it's just happened a couple of times for Clark now. She's in the, you know, covering right place, right time. She just needs to tidy up just a few of her passes out the back. And, you know, she's known for her composure. She's, you know, fantastic at reading the play. But again, just there's moments if she can just play Gemma Evans and just play her back foot, which will just take her on and take her away and get Liverpool back up the pitch again.
Greenwood. Miedema. Oh, lovely ball. Burnett bearing down on goal. That touch just took it away from her, though, and Liverpool survive.
Again, well read. Really great ball from Greenwood, just centrally into Miedema again, who just turns so quickly. You can see what Benny's trying to do. She's trying to get herself across Clark, but just her touch is just taking her in a bit too far. Could she have just kept it on her right foot there and just really, you know, reeled Clark in? But Clark did very well there to cover.
Evans. Clark. Miedema. Kilde-Brown. Greenwood. Yamashita playing as the sweeper keeper there. Kasparai. You can see just the two lines of red, the defenders and the midfielders. Manchester City having to try and find a way through. Harvey. Miedema. Shaw just infield. Bunny Shaw. Got away from the first challenge, couldn't get away from the second though. And Liverpool get the decision.
Yeah, brilliantly covered by Nagano there. She really does everything for this Liverpool team. She wants the ball, in danger positions. As soon as it's played out wide, she's a pass inside. As soon as it's played forward, she's a pass underneath. But again, I think her, and she has shown it so far this season again, that her defensive duties are, pivotal to this team in terms of, covering midfield runners, taking in spaces that maybe her defenders have left.
Nagano playing up against two of her international teammates today in Hasegawa and Fujino. No free kick. Evans certainly looking quizzically towards the referee, as if to ask, why didn't you blow the whistle? Harvey. Fujino.
I think Liverpool are just finding it a little bit difficult just to get themselves forward. Gemma Evans still hasn't got her boot on.
Evans now having succeeded in putting on the appropriate footwear. Still not quite comfortable though.
Now I understand why some people wear laceless.
I thought it was only old people that wore slip-ons, but there you go. What do I know? Being an old person myself. Liverpool then defending. The throw will be taken by Kasparai. Liverpool, you'd think, Louise, will be the happier team if it stays like this at half-time.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, if they can go in with a clean sheet, it gives them, every hope in this second half. I think, the work rate in terms of what they've had to do defensively has been massive. Hasn't really given them a chance to get forward, but again, they'll take a lot of positives in terms of, keeping Bunny Shaw quiet so far.
Rose. Yeah, it is quite something when you've got Bunny Shaw leading the attack and just behind her, Viv Miedema.
Yeah, frightening.
Lovely from Fujino. Shaw just in field. Fujino. Couldn't get away though. Enderby. Liverpool pick up. Hasegawa. Miedema. Fujino. Support from Ahabi on that far side. Ahabi. It's an offside.
Yeah, again, another really, smart defensive line. Kerry Holland, you can see her there stretching her calf. She has, tried to get herself up and down this pitch. And when they're in their defensive position, they go into a 5-4-1. But Kerry Holland then is expected to go, and join the attack. But so far defensively, she's done, really, really well today. It's just now, hopefully, she's already feeling it. I think, she is used to this role when she plays with her national team, Wales. And this is a lot of work against City today.
An iconic sign. A world-famous stadium. Everton played earlier today at the new men's stadium, the Hill Dickinson. Unfortunately for Everton, they lost by 4-1 to Manchester United. Clark. Evans, and again. Clark in close attendance. Miedema robs her. Vivian Miedema, Shaw's in the middle. Brought it back a little beyond Shaw, who was visibly frustrated with the fact that her teammate didn't pass to her there.
Again, really good chance, just, you know, trying to play out from this left-back position, and Clark has also pulled out from centre-back, but we just, you know, they need more options.
And here come Manchester City again, the save from Borgraf to keep it at 0-0.
City's really starting to put the pressure on here on this. Viv Miedema, a brilliant turn, brilliant through ball to Fugino. Just not enough, a little bit too close to the keeper, but again, Borgraf is there, you know, to make the save. Can Liverpool now hold on until half-time, which would be a really, really positive, you know, positive way to go into that dressing room in about 5 minutes.
Greenwood's corner. Can't get it past the first defender. Returned by Yamashita, straight out of play on that far side. Liverpool, in this first half so far, have had no shots, therefore none on target. Manchester City, latest statistics, 6 shots, 3 on target, and had it not been for Rafaela Borgraf, they would have been ahead.
Yeah, again, in terms of the, you know, amount of possession and chances created, City will be disappointed, you know, in this first half. There's, you know, they've also gotten into wide areas, even just there, the corner. At the moment, they don't have players coming across the front post, you know, to go attack it or to pull a defender out. And, you know, Liverpool, in terms of those crosses, have cleaned up really, really well. Yeah, they have two giants in the back. I think Jenna Clark is 6'1". Gemma Bonner as well is just as tall. So these, you know, long ball set pieces, they might be able to deal with them.
Miedema. Half away by Clark. Here's Nagano. Fouled by Miedema. Signed a new contract in August for Nagano with Liverpool.
Yeah, what a key player for them she is.
So what will the two respective coaches be saying? What will be the gist of their half-time team talk, do you think, then, Lou?
I do think City just need to be a little bit more clinical. As I said, they're not getting as many, you know, runs across the front post. It's almost like they're waiting for the perfect ball to come in. And, you know, from Liverpool's point of view, I think they've, you know, defended brilliantly. They have pretty much almost brought 11 behind the ball, you know, for the majority of this half. So for City it's going to be about patience, it's going to be about a little bit more movement, I think, in the box, quick shots, you know, quick passes off, just being a little bit more clinical. And as I've said as well, Liverpool have a very, very high line, so I think, you know, use that, put a ball in behind the back line. I can tell you, we do not like it.
Bernay coming forward at pace. Shaw's just ahead of her. Bunny Shaw to drive it across. Rebound could go anywhere. Liverpool able to clear. But Manchester City will come again. Hasegawa. One back by Bernay. Rose. Kasparai. Into the last minute of the 45, but we will have quite a bit of additional time at the end of this first half because of that unfortunate injury for Harbinger. Kasparai. Kirsten Kasparai was just feeling the top of her leg there. Should be hoping that's not too serious. Bernay. Hasegawa. Stumbled, really, rather than was fouled.
Yeah, again, there wasn't much in that. Again, good covering from Evans.
McLean looking for the run on that far side of Kerry Holland. Up against Fujino. Holland comes away with possession, but can't keep hold of the ball. Greenwood. 3 minutes, as you hear, from the very loud public address system at Anfield. Towards Shaw. Evans keeps that ball alive. Nicely done from Capox. One back by Bernay, who looks full of running this afternoon. Iman Bernay.
Yeah, there's just moments there. I think I could hear someone say, just keep the ball, keep the ball. But Bernay was in a lovely position out wide with just a little slip ball through. Just that forward pass, you know, while Liverpool are just getting back into their shape. Can City take advantage of that?
Rose. Greenwood. Miedema. Kasparai. Bernay on this near side. Kasparai's continue to run forward. Bernay's ball in. City will press again. Rose. Kasparai delivers it deep. Just away by the head of Fisk.
Again, danger coming constantly in waves from City. Just a little bit more composure, but as you can see, all 11 are behind the ball for Liverpool.
Nagano, Enderby.
I just want to try see Enderby just, if she can, just hold up the ball a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's a massive part of her play. She loves to use her speed, but again, she needs to keep possession of the ball.
Fujino up against Holland. Fujino's ball in towards Shaw. It's away by Clark. Referee's had a look at the watch. Miedema. So this might well be the last passage of play of the first half at Anfield. There's Fisk, the Liverpool captain, poised with the throw. No changes to either team in terms of half-time substitutions, and almost rugby union style kick-off from Liverpool. There was one change in the first half, in case you have just joined us. Mary Holbinger having to go off injured. Kirsty McLean coming on for Liverpool in her place, the number 19 in the Liverpool midfield. City in their change colours, all black this afternoon. Fisk tidies. Straight out of play from Borgraf. Kerry Holland unable to keep it in. Borgraf, no doubt about it, the busier of the two goalkeepers.
Yeah, she's been sharp. She's been, you know, on it in terms of her shot stopping, which has absolutely kept Liverpool in this game at the moment. And you know, they really need that to carry on now and to stay switched on in terms of their roles.
Rose looking for Fujino. Rose again. Taken down by Rinkilde Brown. Fujino. Rinkilde Brown. Shaw's going to chase it, but she's not going to get there. And picked up by Borgraf. Liverpool have won only 4 of their 18 WSL games against Manchester City. City winning 12 of them, and 2 have ended draws. All of those wins have come, though, at home, most recently in May of 2023. But Manchester City have won the last 5 in a row across all competitions. City will be looking for all 3 points this afternoon to keep up their pursuit at the top of the WSL standings. A foul by Enderby, and indeed it was. A little bit of pulling back from the Liverpool striker, who I don't think is allowed to change her number, having had 13 tattooed onto her neck there. Imagine if she got transferred to a club where somebody was already number 13.
She probably wouldn't go, I don't know.
Greenwood. Wahhabi. Miedema. Kasparai. Bernay on that far side. Loves to attack the defenders. Trying to go past Kapaks. That's offside.
Again, really strong defensive line. Liverpool keeping their shape. You know, they'd even fallen into a back six for a moment there. And just for City, can they just get potentially another switch of play? Very, very tight offside there. Potentially not even. But again, can they just find switches of play, move this Liverpool team out of their position?
Remember, Liverpool have yet to gain a point this season. They've lost all of their WSL matches so far. Manchester City coming into this match having won their last 4 in a row after losing on the opening weekend away at Chelsea. Wahhabi will leave it for Greenwood. We mentioned numbers briefly a moment ago with Enderby. There was a player at Inter Milan about 25 years ago called Ivan Zamorano who wanted the number 9, couldn't have it. So he had number 18 with a little plus sign in between the 1 and the 8. And Kilda-Brown lays it out to Rose. Rose unable to get on the end of it, but she does now, taking it away from McLean. Bernay might fall here for Liverpool, but the shot was not a good one from Wahhabi.
Yeah, just wildly over the bar there, but Rose does really well to step in. Again, Bernay running onto the ball. Not a great cross, but again, it's just these second balls that City could pick up. You know, could Bernay potentially, you know, start running towards the end line, little pullbacks, little clips, you know, into those dangerous areas in the 6-yard box, you know, that Shaw or Miedema can come running onto.
Greenwood being pursued here by Holland, who takes it away from her. Kerry Holland. Enderby in behind the City defence, off the outside of the post. Real scare for Yamashita and Manchester City.
Again, really nice breakaway. Kerry Holland, lovely little outside of the foot. Yes, Enderby looking for a corner there. Gets a tiny touch there off Kasparai onto the post. Really good chance.
Liverpool have really threatened the Manchester City goal. What can they do from this corner? Shaw with the header. Then Kapaks trying to go for it again. Fisk. Holland. And Kilda-Brown prevents that going behind for another corner.
Again, Bunny Shaw with an important header away there. But it's just for Liverpool, it's just keeping it alive, keeping the ball in this final third. You know, some really clinical players in this box. They have a lot of height as well from the defenders.
Enderby couldn't turn. Fisk being urged to shoot there from quite some way out. Holland with the dangerous ball in and turned in at the far post. Cornelia Kapaks. And Liverpool are in front. Kapaks scoring her second goal for Liverpool this season. It's only Liverpool's second goal this season, but it gives them a precious lead at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 0.
Wow, 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 wow. We have not seen Liverpool barely in City's final third whatsoever. Get a corner, they keep it alive for a throw-in. Fist, the captain up there, just recycling the ball. Kerry Holland, absolutely brilliant ball into the box. So dangerous, in behind the back line, in front of the keeper. No one knows what to do. Kapok's coming in at the back post. The lovely, lovely header. Wow. I did not see this coming. This is a fantastic lead from Liverpool, who have, defensively been brilliant, but going forwards, haven't created anything. But what a start to the second half for them.
Well, that really is a turn up for the books. City had so much possession in the first half, almost 2/3 of it. Couldn't find a way through. And now Liverpool have. Look at that for possession. Here comes City. Kasparai puts it deep, and that will go out for a throw.
Again, City just, coming forward straight away. Kasparai coming out to this right-hand side again, but the ball in the box is, it's a little bit hopeful, but again, there's not runners getting across the Liverpool defenders. Someone popping up at the back post. You want to see Fujino, you want to see Uwabi coming in those dangerous areas.
Fujino, the little touch through. Shaw. Whistle's blown though, offside against Bunny Shaw.
Yeah, it's not the first offside for City at the moment. I think Liverpool's line has been really, really smart. Again, just showing this. Kapok's just head down. No, she just has to get it on target. She's, running at real pace into that back post. This is almost what City have been lacking. Runners coming in at speed, dangerous balls in the box.
It's been a long, long time since Liverpool scored their only goal early on against Everton on the opening weekend of the season. And here they come again, Enderby. Caught by Greenwood, that will be a caution, surely. Indeed it is.
Again, confidence is high for Liverpool now. Enderby, doing what she does best, running forward, knowing that if she can get across Greenwood, she's either going to come away with the ball or a free kick.
First yellow card then of the match. That goes to the Manchester City captain. Holland with the free kick. Could drop anywhere, cleared away by Kasparai.
Again, not a bad ball, just coming into that front area, but it's just dropping in dangerous areas. And there's Enderby again. She's come out in this second half, raring to go, raring to make a difference, as she really didn't have that opportunity in the first half.
Gotta be a foul, and is. City a little rattled having gone behind.
Absolutely, I think they're in shock. They know they should be in total control of this game. But again, it's small margins.
Free kick that is pretty much like a corner. Driven deep. Who will get to the loose ball first? It's the substitute, McLean, ahead of Rose. McLean drives it deep. Just a little too deep for Bonner. Kasparai knew the challenge was coming in there from Gemma Bonner.
can see there's a bit of a injection of energy once Liverpool just get the ball up the pitch. Again, don't overplay it. Can they play nice little balls out wide into Enderby, get forward? And just keep the ball up there, get throw-ins, get corners. You know, really rattle this City side.
Well, even if Liverpool do manage to hold on for their first victory of this WSL season, they'd still be in 11th place, but they would be 3 points above West Ham United in 12th and last place. But they'd only be a point now behind Everton and 2 points behind Leicester City. But there's still a long, long way to go here. Holland trying to find a way through. Well, I think at half-time, Louise, if you'd have said, OK, which of these two sides are going to score the opening goal, it wasn't the team in red.
No, absolutely not. But do you know what? I like this kind of football. You know, keep yourself in the game, be really defensively solid. What can you do on the break? You know, anything can happen against these teams. You're going in 0-0 at half-time. Yeah, I'm absolutely here for it. It's
Burnett shrugs off the attentions of Fisk. Miedema taken away by Nagano. Enderby this time does hold it up. Capox. Evans. Shaw's making the run towards the goalkeeper. Borgraf has to clear first time. Nagano. Changes a foot then. Laura Coombs that was there, looking as though she's about to come on for Manchester City. Came on as a substitute last weekend against Arsenal.
Yeah, Coombs, she's, you know, generally used to come on towards, you know, last 20-30 minutes of games, and she's this, you know, calm, composed, but she has absolutely popped up for some goals for City in the past as well. But maybe it's just going to add a little bit of, you know, calmness on the ball once they're getting into that final third, threading balls
Capox is
through.
down. It's head injury. I think the referee has actually halted play there. Cornelia Capox, the Swedish player. There's a bit of a problem for Jade Rose as well.
Yeah, again, hopefully nothing too serious, just a bit of a 50-50 ball. Capox at the moment coming out the worst of it, it seems.
So this is going to be the change. Laura Coombs is coming on, and this is going to be a bit of a surprise perhaps to most people as to who is actually coming off for Manchester City, because the fourth official is about to show us in a minute that it is Vivian Miedema who is coming off. Does that surprise you?
That surprises me. I think Miedema has, you know, by far been City's most creative player. She picks up little pockets, she plays lovely through balls in between, you know, in between centre-backs, players running on. Yeah.
So unless she's got a sort of injury problem which we don't know about, that is an interesting substitution. So Coombs is on. Joined City after 3.5 years at Liverpool. Quite sure that Vivian Miedema can quite believe that she's been withdrawn.
No, it doesn't look like it's been a knock, you know. She's not chatting to the physios, no ice. Yeah, that is a real surprise.
Capox is okay to continue, as is Rose. So Liverpool down to 10 for the moment. With Capox off on that far side. Clark to restart play, eventually. Holland. Nicely done. Teasing ball into the middle, it's away by Rose. Greenwood. Out of play from Fisk.
Again, similar ball there to what Holland did for Capox's goal. Just really dangerously whipped in. Just couldn't get it beyond the defender, but again, dangerous, a lot more dangerous going forward in these wide areas.
So Coombs at the moment has taken up a position on the left-hand side here. Gets her first touch. So that means Fujino has moved it slightly more central. Fujino almost playing just to the left of Bunny Shaw. For the moment, anyway. Wahhabi. Rose. Knew she was offside there. Coombs. Comes off Holland. In by Greenwood towards Shaw. Pushed away by the goalkeeper. Didn't need to. And the rebound has been turned in for the equaliser. Manchester City are back on level terms. Borgraf making the save when it looked as though that ball was heading wide. It didn't fall kindly for her, though. And Manchester City are back at one apiece at Anfield.
Again, dangerous ball. Shaw, probably the first time she's found a little bit of space in that box. Borgraf, she just didn't know where her goal was. She did not need to go and try save that. But a clinical finish from Bene again. She's coming, creeping around the back post, you know, pouncing on that second ball. She was ready. But again, it is what City deserve, but just from the errors of Liverpool.
Mbane with the equaliser then for Manchester City. Borgraf, could she have left that one? It looked like it was going well wide.
Yeah, I think she just got a little bit lost in terms of where her left post was. I don't know if she was potentially trying to prevent a corner. But yeah, just the wrong decision at that time when Liverpool were, you know, more than in the game at the moment and leading.
Clark. Bonner. Straight out of play from Gemma Bonner. She scored last weekend. The late winner against Arsenal. And Mbane has scored again in the next round of WSL fixtures. 2 goals now for her. City's 16th goal of the season. Goalkeeper will gather this. Fisk.
Liverpool just need to stay composed now.
All over the top, it's just a little too far ahead of Fujino. It was Liverpool with a spring in their step a few moments ago. Now City have that little bit of extra zip about them. Evans. Blocked by Rose. Chance here for Enderby, who was played onside by Greenwood. Rose comes back though.
Well covered by Rose. Enderby had a couple of yards on her. Again, intelligent defending, getting her body across. But, Liverpool are stretching themselves a little bit more now, getting bodies forward a little bit more, and it does look better for them, but they've just got to be sure of what they leave behind them.
Kasparai. Burnett. Hasegawa. Greenwood. Looking for Burnett on that far side. Challenge comes in from Evans.
No nonsense from Evans there, I love that.
And a touch through from McLean. Just past the midway point of the second half. All square at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1. Both goals coming in the second half. And are there more goals to come? Rose. Terrific crossfield ball. Harby. Kilde-Brown. Greenwood. Kilde-Brown does really well to get away from Kerr, and then can't find Coombs. Hasegawa. Harby. Coombs. Kilde-Brown. Hasegawa. Harby. Pass one. Fujino. Worked out wide to the goal scorer, Burnett. Kasparai's gone on the overlap. Crosses deep towards Coombs, pushed away by Borgraf. Laura Coombs was waiting and hoping to pounce for a second goal for Manchester City.
Yeah, again, you can find she's, Coombs, she just creeps, she gets into lovely positions.
Greenwood. Borgraf is there this time. McLean. Here's Nagano. Capox. Away by Borgraf.
See Liverpool, they still want to keep playing. They're getting, when Borgraf gets it in hand, she wants to play quickly. When City are out of shape, it's about then can they, turn forward, break, use the numbers that they're finally starting to push up in this second half.
Coombs. Holland looking to make tracks down this near side, just runs out of pitch. This team's lead didn't last that long.
But again, I just think they've really tidied up Liverpool in terms of possession.
Clark, challenged by Kasparai. Then Kilde-Brown. Shaw. Hasegawa. Harby. Harby again. Hasagawa. Coombs. Holland just able to ease her out of the way and use her body to allow that ball to go behind for the goal kick. Holland down injured though.
Yeah, a little bit of just a slight push in the back and just rubbed off the bit of AstroTurf there, but Holland, for me, she's been brilliant for Liverpool today. You know, she drops back into that wing-back position so well, you know, doing her defensive duties. But again, you see her getting forward. She got a beautiful assist for Kapok's goal. So really just hope it's, again, nothing that, you know, Liverpool don't want to lose her right now.
Some familiar faces watching on.
Yes, Niamh Fahey, my former Ireland teammate, now one of the technical directors for Liverpool women, and you know, former captain of this club, and you know, she'll be mostly happy with what she's seen so far today.
So play will continue then with a Liverpool goal kick. Well, she's up and about, Mary Hobbinger. But using those crutches, which is quite often a precaution. Let's hope it is just that. Away by Evans.
I think it can be a real shock when you think you have a knee injury, and you know, we may find out soon, but yeah, we really hope it's just nothing too serious for Hobbinger.
Holland still not moving that easily, has to be said. Liverpool pick up McLean. Away by Rose. Looking for Shaw. Nagano. She's back on now. So Liverpool are back up to their full complement of 11. Harvey. Here is Holland.Ograf. Clark. Got a bit fortunate there. City win it back. Kasper Rai. He's not going to be able to progress forward though. Well, we are in, I would think, Louise Quinn, for a fascinating final 15 minutes or so.
It's still City are in control here in terms of possession, in terms of, you know, tidy little passes, but again, they're not clinical once they get into that final third. Listen, and it's very, very difficult in terms of Liverpool's shape, but you know, in terms of how City like to play, they're definitely feeling frustrated here.
Kasper Rai. Greenwood. Rose. Harvey. Kilda Brown quickly closed down. City will pick up again with Greenwood.
City, they have the numbers forward. I just want to see a little bit more, you know, a few more runs in behind. If the ball's not played to you, that is fine. Just come back in position, but you're just going to shift this back line.
Coombs. Kilda Brown. Away by Evans. Kovacs. Twisting, turning, looking to get away from Hasegawa. Can't do so. Hasegawa again. And it's away in the end from Evans. City throw. Greenwood. Harvey. Greenwood towards Shaw. Away by Fisk. Kasparai lays it wide. Burnett. Clark stands tall. Burnett was just caught there on that far side by Jenna Clark. Here she is again, though. McLean. Virginio picks up for Manchester City. Low ball. Cleared by Evans. And Kilda-Brown. Kasparai. Shaw. Gets on the end of her own header. Teasing ball into the middle. It's away, though, by Holland. Kilda-Brown. Shaw. Three in the middle to aim for. Shaw goes for goal herself. And Borgraf with the save to keep it at 1-1.
What an audacious angle to be taking the shot from Bunny Shaw. She's pulled out wide after some good, good work, and she's driving in. Not sure if she can see a player. Goes for shot, absolutely. And just that left hand of Borgraf again. She's been frustrated today, Shaw. She's been closed down really, really tightly.
Manchester City corner. Oh, it was missed by everybody. And Kilda-Brown. And again. Greenwood. Well, to get that ball under control. Sydney Lohmann, the German international, is getting ready to come on for Manchester City. There she is at the bottom of your picture. Enderby. Holland. Who joined in the summer from Bayern Munich. 4 times a title winner in Germany. She's going to be adding to that total with the WSL title. City have got to win matches like this.
Absolutely. I feel like if it stays this way for City, it'll be really disappointing. Absolutely, points dropped and not one gained.
If it does stay this way, of course, it will be Liverpool's first point of the new season. Burnett. Twisting, turning, Shaw. Can she get the shot away here? Virginio. Burnett. Towards Coombs. Liverpool get it clear. Harvey. Kilda-Brown. Virginio. Burnett on that far side. Needs a precise cross. Looking for Coombs again. City will regroup, re-energise and renew their attack in towards Shaw. Coombs away by Nagano, and that's a foul.
I'm really enjoying Ben Kilda-Brown just, in around the edge of the box, just so well to keep the ball alive, for these phases of play. Nice little clip into Shaw, but it just can't land for Coombs. And again, who's just, for me, always just seems to be in the right place at the right time defensively for Liverpool.
Change then has been made. Kilda-Brown is the player who has gone off. Sydney Lohman is now on. So can Lohman make a difference in the time that remains? Holland still feeling the effects of that injury from, what, 10, 12 minutes or so ago?
Yeah, she's been, moving okay. Not sure if it's a little bit of a dead leg situation.
Away by Clark. Kasparai. City scored a late winner last weekend against Arsenal. We've got a problem here. It's the goal scorer. She's been whacked on the nose. Blood stoppage. Well, she got the equaliser for Andre Jegler's Manchester City side. Bernay, after Cornelia Capox had put Liverpool in front. So a chance then for another impromptu team chat for both sets of players. It's that stage of the game, I guess, Louise, where you're going, do you settle for it? Or do you go for the win, knowing that you might leave a few gaps at the back?
Yeah, I think that's the case from Liverpool's perspective, and, a point gained against this City side is a massive point for them.
Here's the goals. Stooping header from Cornelia Capox to put Liverpool in front. But then the equaliser from Bernay. This is as simple to say that if it stays this way, it's a point gained for Liverpool and 2 dropped for City.
Yeah, I think so. That's, how this City team are going to look at it in terms of the run that they're on. 4 wins in a row. A massive last-minute goal against the European champions. Absolutely.
Kasparai. Greenwood. Rose. Taken down by Laura Coombs. Ohabi. Rose. Kasparai. Bernay making the little run ahead of her. Nice touch from Lohman. Great chance for Liverpool. Great chance for Manchester City. And it's been taken by Oaba Fujino. And they have turned it around. Manchester City, from 1-0 down, they lead 2-1. And there isn't too much time left.
Here they are, City again. They're patient, they're persistent. They know they have goals in them. And again, this just comes from this right-hand side. And again, just this build-up play. I think it's Rose out to Kasparai. Penny has just come back on the pitch, ready to make a run. It's just that little touch. And again, Lohman, all that experience, just holding on, little slip-through balls. We've seen Fujino make these lovely little runs from midfield in beyond the back line. An absolutely driving finish through the legs of Borgraf, but again, the power was too much.
Well, we were saying just a few moments ago that it might be 2 points dropped for Manchester City and a point gained for Liverpool. But now it is all 3 points heading back along the M62 to Manchester, unless Liverpool can get an equaliser in the time that remains.
They've done it before. You can see them taking up a really advanced high position for these last few minutes. They've been so much improved in this second half, and you know, it's a real shame, but as the whole shape of the game has gone.
Forward by Coombs, cut out by Holland. Liverpool free kick. Shaw off on that far side. The reason is just down below, the City physios actually encroached onto the pitch thinking that they were having to come on. But because they came on, Shaw has to go off for the required amount of time, which, as you may know by now, is 30 seconds. Clark. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remain, plus whatever additional time is to be played. Fisk. Five successive WSL wins for Manchester City. Is drawing closer. 5 defeats out of 5 for Liverpool. Very contrasting seasons. Nagano. Clark. Nagano. Forward by McClay. Nagano. Liverpool supporters, as you can hear, getting right behind their team. Holland. Liverpool will build again. Nagano. Evans. Capox. Just a little short with that first ball. Lohman. Nagano. Bonner's ball forward. And the fourth official shows us there will be a minimum of 6 minutes additional time. 6 minutes for Liverpool to try and find an equaliser. For Manchester City to hold on to what they have, which is a victory. Towards Enderby, easily cut out though by Rose. Coombs. Shaw knew she was offside.
So you can see that this has been Liverpool's, best passage of possession, when you really just have to go for it and you just let, all the shackles off. It's pushing to get that equaliser. But again, it's just still that final ball in the final third.
Kerr. Holland's not going to get there. Away by Yamashita. Shaw. Just for a moment, didn't quite know where the ball was. Liverpool are preparing to make another change. Severin Hug, the Norwegian international, is about to come on.
She might just be a nice target player now for Liverpool in these final minutes. If they can just get themselves up the pitch, can she hold with the ball? She's very, very dangerous in the box. A brilliant header of the ball.
Clark. Hasegawa takes it away from her. Shaw's in the middle. Bunny Shaw. Can she get the shot away? Back into the middle. Nobody there in a City shirt. They come again. Hasegawa. Kaspera. Manchester City throw, and as far as the visitors are concerned, that'll do nicely. So who is coming on? Sam Kerr is the player coming off. Just 3.5 minutes for the Norwegian to try and make an impact, and what an impact it would be if Liverpool could get an equaliser in the time that remains. That's out of play over on the far side.
City are very experienced in these scenarios. Liverpool might find it hard to break them down. Again, Lohman here, all of this experience, picking the ball up in the middle, composed.
Away by Yamashita. Manchester City have got Naomi Lazelle ready to come on. And Lazelle will replace Ohabi. Just to break up momentum in play?
Yeah, I think so. Just to break a play, a little bit of freshness, just to see this game out.
So we will have more than the minimum of 6 additional minutes because of these changes late on. Coombs. Taken down by Clark. Shaw. Hasegawa. Coombs. First touch for Lazelle. Greenwood. Hoog chasing and chasing. Towards Holland. Up against Lazelle, the recently introduced substitute. Concerned looks on the faces of those in the Liverpool technical area. Is that going to be a corner? No, it isn't. Lazelle keeps it alive. Nagano down on the edge of the area. That's a free kick.
Oh, what a chance this could be. Nagano again. She's, defending the edge of her own box, but she loves to get forward. Lovely technical ability. Penny just diving in there. What a dangerous position for Liverpool now in these last few seconds.
It's basically now or never, isn't it?
This is it. Who wants to be the hero right now?
Quartet involved in discussions. Now it's a trio. Last chance for Liverpool. Capox and Holland are the two players behind this free kick for the home side. Can't stand that close to the wall. McLean has to move. Goalkeeper just slightly off her line. Holland strikes it, taken by the goalkeeper, and the rebound is turned in for the equaliser. with virtually the last kick of the match. Liverpool are level, but it will not count. The flag up on this near side. Gemma Bonner thought she'd made it 2-2, but not so.
Oh, we thought that was it. She starts in that offside position, Bonner. Holland just up over the wall. Yamashita just let it spill. But Bonner, she started in the offside position. Oh, absolutely devastating for Liverpool not to get their first point this season.
It's another defeat for Liverpool. 5 defeats out of 5 in the WSL. For Manchester City, 5 wins in a row, and Gareth Taylor does not get the better of his old club. It's victory for Andre Jegler's side.